Alright, Rednecks, I'm back from Silver Lake. Before I left though, I was working on the Baja Burban and my camera battery died, so I didn't get to record anything, but as you can see here, we have the upper ball joint removed and the sway bar link right here, and those are both laying right there. So, before I left, I decided to invest in the channel. I bought two things for the channel and one thing for the Baja Burban. One being a new upper ball joint. And then look at this. I don't think we'll have battery problems anymore for my camera. I bought two new batteries and another charger, as well as dun, 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 a new stand. That was the one I was using before, and I decided to go out and purchase a little bit of a better one. So hopefully the camera angles will be a bit better and be easier to work with, I'll have to say that. So let's get to work with putting that new ball joint in. Alright guys, with this all put together, I want to go over a few things. One being, why am I only replacing this one? Well, that would be because the day before I left to the dunes, me and my buddy checked over this front suspension, and this, as you can tell, was pretty bad. So that was the only suspension part we've seen bad. As for the torsion bar, the reason I removed the links, and I'm going to be removing that bar, is last time I stamped it anyways within a day. And if you look here, I don't think this one would have lasted very long. So, and then I guess we'll go over the suspension and another purchase I made for this vehicle. Hold on a sec. I went out and I bought 4 shocks. We are going to be running dual shocks in the front of this thing to hopefully take the beating that I'm going to be presenting to it. So I need, what I'm going to end up doing is using the stock shock location down here and the sway bar bolt location to make a bracket to mount both two side by side inside of here. So yeah, hopefully that covers a few things. Alright guys, as you can see, a little bit of off-camera work has happened. Okay, so a lot has been done, but I have a reason. I was falling behind on schedule due to the fact that I had to help somebody. So now the main reason that I'm worried and I had to get so much done is next week, weather permitting, and obviously whether this thing is up and running and to par, is going in the dunes. So I'm quite excited, and I hope you guys are too, because that is our ultimate goal. And now this thing is not going to be completely ready, but it is ORV free weekend, which means you don't need to have a trail sticker and you don't need to have an ORV sticker. So I figured, heck, let's do this. So yeah, I gotta get cracking. Alright, as you can see, I removed a lot of the front clip, and the main reason for that is I wanted flow through my radiator. So I got rid of the condenser for the AC, and that gave it, as you can tell, if you get on the right angle, I hope you guys can see that. You can see right through that. So that should give us really good flow so we're not overheating. As well as inside there, I removed all of the AC. So the AC compressor used to be right here, so we removed that. Moved all the AC lines and everything, and that really gave us a lot of room in here to work as far as my future plans with the shocks. And not only that, off camera, I installed the interior and cleaned it. So cleaned the dash, installed the center console, cleaned all that. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm ready. So one of the things we need to do is we need to weigh all of this. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a full on. I'm going to set the scale up, and I'm just going to set the camera up, and I'm just going to start recording everything getting weighed. I will write it all down as I go, and then we'll just have a final total for it all. So let's get to weighing this stuff. Let's review our totals here. On the AC compressor, we got 13 pounds, condenser 9 pounds, headlights 4.6, the 4x4 brace we got 6.4, AC accumulator we got 2.2, front shocks were 8.6, AC compressor mount was 3.6, turn signals 2.2, the grill was 6.4, the wiring for the turn signals and four-wheel drive was 2.2, the front sway bar was 11.8, and the fan clutch was 6.2, and then like all the miscellaneous like braces, let's see here, there was the headlight braces, the squirter bottle, a few other things, bolts, all that's right, the front, both front skid plates, those came out to 88.6 pounds, which gave us a total of 85 pounds for all of this together. Now on top of our, I'm looking at it right here, our 753.8 pounds, we had the 85, which gives us a total of 838.8 pounds. So, oh, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of work. So, I'm going to get cleaned up here, and then we are going to do something very exciting that I have been waiting to do. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, that was a lot of work. Now what I was getting at before is, as you can imagine, pulling all of that weight off of this vehicle did something. Something that matters when you're off-roading, and that's give you ground clearance. So, if you look on every fender, I wrote what the stock ride height was from the center of the hub to the bottom of the fender. So, let's take a step back. And I got a question for you. In the comment section below, how far do you think that vehicle went up with the amount of weight we pulled off? I'd like to see how close you guys can get. My guess was around 2 inches, so let's get to measuring. This is exciting. Alright guys, this is the driver's front. We were sitting at 19 3/4 with the stock ride height. So we're at 21 exactly. Alright, the difference between stock and gutted is 1 1/4 inches. Not 2 inches like I was hoping, but still gives us a little bit. Let's go to the back. We got a different rim on there, so that was a little difficult to measure to, so I'm going to use the stock center cap. 3 inches. 1 3/4 of an inch, so not bad. Alright, we're going to do the same thing on the passenger back. We're at 22 7/8. So 21 5/8 was where we were at stock. 22 7/8 is where we're at with the gutted truck, which gives us a difference of 1 1/4 inches. So let's do the passenger front. Alright, on the passenger front we're at 19 3/4. We're at, let's see, what is that? 21 3/4. Of an inch. So that gives us 2 inches. For some reason on this side we got 2 inches, and on the rest of the truck we got about 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches. So I was about 1/2 inch off. Hopefully you guys guessed pretty close. Now, as exciting as this was, we get to crank the torsion bars. Now what that is this is a torsion bar suspension, where it's actually a bar that will twist the lower control arm, and that allows the suspension to work. What we're going to do is there's a keyway under there. We are going to turn that keyway in, which will lift the front of this vehicle. So I'm going to put you guys up front, put it on a time lapse while I crank it, and you're going to get to see this thing move while I crank it, and then we are going to remeasure this front end. So I've been waiting for this. I've been curious, how far will this thing actually move now that it's gutted with the crank, the torsion bars cranked. So let's get you guys set up. Well, there you go, guys. That's what it looks like with the torsion bars cranked. So what we're going to do now, we're going to joust the vehicle, which is to bounce it up and down a few times, and then we are going to remeasure that front. So let's do this. Now that's impressive, guys. We went from 21 3/4 to 23 3/4, which from stock gives us 4 inches of lift. So let's go see what the driver's side did. Alright, here on the driver's side we are so 22 3/4. We were at 22 3/4 of an inch, so our difference is 3 inches. So we got 4 inches of lift on the passenger side, 3 inches of lift on this driver's side, so that is awesome. Alright, I know what some of you guys are thinking. I'm going to quick run outside, crank my torsion bars, and get 2 inches of lift. Now, that could happen. You could get 3 inches, you could get 1 inch. Well, here's the thing. After cranking your torsion bars, you change your alignment angles, which means your upper control arm is shorter than your rear. So what tends to happen, as your tire swings down, it swings in. As it swings up, it goes out. So when you crank your torsion bars like that, it changes your tire geometry, your tire angle. It actually changes your toe, which is your tire center line. If you're looking at your tire, it changes toe in, toe out. So yeah, we're off-roading this thing. I'm not worried about tire wear. I'm not worried about if the thing pulls right or left. I'm not worried if the suspension looks funny. All I was after was lift. So if you guys are going to go out and crank your torsion bars, remember, you need to get an alignment. So alright guys, spent a little bit of time mocking up my shocks. What I've done is I actually made a little mock-up plate right there. Ran the bolt through, obviously all temporary. I'll make that out of some thick steel. And then we follow the shock up, and I have a cross brace that's going to be welded to the frame there, and it's going to come up and over the engine bay and then back down to the driver's side. So that'll be what we will mount the shocks to right here. We'll have a bar that runs across and actually hooks our duals up. And then obviously I'll run another brace down to the frame right around right there. So I think that'll work out. I gotta go to my buddy's shop and we'll bend that out of some steel, probably heavy walled gas pipes. So yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for today. Like, share, subscribe, get back to work. Yeah.